It's time for this week's Weather-Wise segment. When storms dump lots of rain in a short amount of time, flooding becomes a real danger. You may know some of the worst spots in town to avoid when it rains, but there is more to staying safe. Caiden Dinkins breaks it all down for us.
Flooding. We've seen quite a bit of it in the past month, especially in the Abilene area where some of our roadways have just become overflown with that water and the ditches overflowing. Our creeks are finally full, thank goodness. But when that extra water comes in, those overflow and cause some hazards. But the biggest thing we've seen in the past month is that flooding in Rising Star, where a lot of rainfall caused a lot of flooding in their areas, ruining businesses, ruining homes in those type of areas down there. So we're going to go over some flood safety tips and also how a lot of that rain can inundate those cars or people here. So about 6 inches. You might be wondering why I have a meter stick. Well, this is why, because about 6 inches of moving water can knock over or carry an adult. That's about right here on my meter stick, and that's about a hand length of water there. But that does have to be likely moving. If it's just standstill water, you can likely walk through it. But if it is moving, rushing through, it could likely knock you over. Now, just a little bit more than that. So 2 times 6 inches, 12 inches, about a foot of water can move away a small car. So looking at those little cars there, they often get drowned out in that flooding. You can see them nose down. You have to be water rescued from those cars, and just a little bit more than that, a foot more than that, can be sweeping your car or truck away. So that's going to be a large SUV, a truck. So if you look from here to here, so a little bit over half of that area, we're looking at your car or SUV or truck being swept away through those areas. So be careful. That's why we always say turn around, don't drown in flooded roadways, because you never know just how deep that water is going to be. Now, some other flood safety tips you might want to know is that you likely want to get to higher ground. Do not ever attempt to drive through a flooded road. We just talked about that and those reasons why, because it can sweep away your cars. It can also sweep away you as well. We're also looking at driving. Do not ever drive around a barricade as well. So always make sure you have a go bag with you. You never know when you're going to need that. Also, listen to those flash flood advisory warnings. Listen to the National Weather Service. Listen to your local outlets. Our KTXS weather app will also alert you to those dangers. But as we get some more rain chances coming up in the next few weeks, be very careful out there. But next week, we are going to talk about heat safety as well as wildfires.